Everyone, thank you for attending the meeting tonight. Would the clerk please do roll call of the board members?
Yes. Councilwoman Laskowski. Here. Councilwoman Dyson. Here. Supervisor Schmitter.
Here.
Councilman Seneca.
Here.
Councilman Kalara.
Here.
Thank you.
Please stand for the pledge of allegiance in a moment of silence. The pledge of allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, so there's going to be a little change today. A good chance for you all to meet your neighbor because we're going to go into executive session to begin with. And the reason we're going to do that is we have a lot of resolutions that need to be talked about instead of table and then coming back out and redoing them. So we'll be in executive session for a short while and then we'll come out and resume the meeting. Okay? Thank you. Okay. Executive session, I'm going to make a motion, go into executive session discussion limit to the following topics. A matter that may disclose the identity of a law enforcement agency of an informer. 2, a medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation pertaining to an appointment, promotion, demotion, discipline, or removal. Can I have a motion to accept executive session?
Make a motion. Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I invite the entire town board and the town attorney at this time. Thank you. I call the meeting back to order. Thank you for your patience, everyone. So, do we have any privileged or petitioners that want to speak tonight?
All right.
There's no microphone.
There's none?
No, I mean, Frank wasn't.
You got it.
Oh.
Ours is working. There should be a.
We gotta hold the button.
Nope, there's a button right now. Whoa, easy, Justin. You're not playing across. Yeah, right.
I really don't need this.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me? Test it. 1, 2, 3. I believe I passed. I gave everybody got my time. Okay, great. My name is Judy Wenzel. I am the Executive Director for the Bonifiglia Family Foundation and a resident of Seneca Falls. I am speaking tonight both personally and professionally, taking on my role as ED in 2023. I have been helping the Bonifiglia family and board members develop a direction and identify meaningful ways to support our community. A couple of areas the foundation is focused on are the revitalization of downtown Seneca Falls and utilizing our resources to guide and inspire others to actively participate in positive change. To begin achieving this, we have taken the time to meet with many individuals, organizations, and businesses in the public, private, and people, resident sectors that make up our community. What we have learned thus far is that there is a lot of good work being done locally. However, there is a level of disconnect, lack of communication, and synergy across these 3 sectors. A small step to fill this gap is bringing individuals together from each of these sectors to collectively brainstorm initiatives that will support the people and places within our small town. With the town's comprehensive plan in mind, there's been a group of us, some who are here today, who have been meeting monthly, and through our discussions, we have come up with a grassroots initiative, Seneca Falls Summer Thursdays. Seneca Falls Summer Thursdays looks to strengthen community engagement, support local businesses, and highlight things to do for residents and visitors alike on a Thursday in downtown Seneca Falls. Built around the existing Music in the Park series, which is put on by Andy and his team over at the Seneca Falls Museum and Tourist Center, Summer Thursdays will take place every Thursday from June through August, starting this Thursday, August 6th. I feel like I gotta stand on my tippy toes, I gotta bring it up. A few vital components that influence the success of this initiative and the main reasons why we are here this evening include educating and ensuring all community stakeholders are informed and can accurately and effectively communicate details on Summer Thursdays, to generate awareness on the importance of marketing, branding, and the role arts and culture plays in strengthening our community's placemaking. And then lastly, the need for collective buy-in and support across these 3 sectors that make up our community. So I want to thank the town for taking the time to listen. We hope, we have your support on this, and we're excited to see how this initiative unfolds. And I'm gonna pass the mic off to my friend Jim Fitzgerald here, who is kind of the artiste behind this.
Sort of, kind of.
Is, exactly.
Is, yes. I've taken on that role. Do I need this thing? Do I have to use it?
Yeah, so we could have, so it's under recording.
Okay, okay. My name is Jim Fitzgerald. I'm kind of a newbie here. I've lived here for just about 3 years. I'm a former vice president and creative director for MTV, Showtime, VH1, NBC Universal, and some other television networks that you might have heard of in New York. I'm on the board of a couple of things, Seneca Falls Performing Arts Center, which we rebranded, Seneca Falls Museum and Tourism Center, and also part of this team that I fondly refer to as the Synergy Group. I'm an artist, I'm a designer, I draw and I paint, but I'm also an award-winning brand guy, and that involves visuals, it involves marketing and promotion, it involves strategies around that to get attention and to really create excitement for a product and for an event or a place. When I started nosing around this place and poking my head into the goings-on around town, I kept running into like-minded people, people who are energized to activate and create positive change, people who want to connect, people who want to create the synergy between arts and culture, history, business, community, the town, tourists, first in Seneca Falls, and then to a wider world. What we all noticed is that communication, as Judy had mentioned, needed help. By sharing information all around, the idea is that everybody promotes not only themselves, but everybody else that's on the block and in the community with the shared goal of creating places and events that are greater than the sum of their parts. So as a creative director, I'm well versed in how art and image can actually make people feel something, right? Something about the culture and place that they're in. And done well, it's exciting, it's attractive, it creates conversation and memories, and done really well, it makes people want to share with everybody around them. It becomes self-promoting. People just Instagram the crap out of it, and pretty soon everybody's talking about what's going on. So I just want to say, we show people what we think about our town by what we present to them. I just want to say that again. We show people what we think about our town, what we think about our town by what we present to them. That's our face. Art is an essential place to start with this, and it can radically change culture and the image of a place. It gives identity to the town in new ways, and it deepens the story of what's already here, and it shows pride of place. Now, this first activation, the Summer Thursdays, it starts to address an area that I really love and am attracted to, which is Policy Area 4, and that's curation of arts, culture, and placemaking in the comprehensive plan. And I think we all really believe this is a bold vision of what this town can transform into. And the Synergy Group, this group that we're kind of loosely all sort of together on, we're committed together to really create this connection. Here's a bunch of C's. I'm going to put a bunch of C's all together. Connection, communication, collaboration, creative commerce. Those are the things, and that's what we want to encourage for creative placemaking to enhance the town's arts, the culture, the aesthetics, the sense of place. So we'd really like to really report back to you on this Summer Thursdays activation, and we hope to engage you guys for support on this for future projects, of which there can be many. And these guys have all heard my spiel of the whole list. I know Pete, I probably chewed your ear off a million times with the same conversation, but it's because of the love that we all feel for this town and how we want to see it change and grow that this comes about. So thank you for making time for us, and please join us on Summer Thursdays. This is the first kind of test case for this kind of activation for us, and let us help you expand the arts and culture of Seneca Falls. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Miscounted.
Give it to me after. Here you go.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Andrew Olden. I'm the Executive Director at the Seneca Falls Museum of Waterways and Industry at 89 Fall Street in downtown Seneca Falls. The Seneca Museum contracts with the town of Seneca Falls to house the visitor or tourism center, which promotes Seneca Falls and the entire Finger Lakes region. The Museum and Tourism Center hosts various free community events for guests and residents of all ages, such as the free music in the park event, in People's Park, which you just heard about. This lasts from Memorial Day through Labor Day, so it'll be a great event for you all to come out to. We host the Judy Piper Memorial Gingerbread Contest. All this is free for the public, for guests, anyone that's during It's a Wonderful Life. We have free art classes for kids and adults throughout the winter to kind of create a little synergy here in Seneca Falls. But I'm here today not to just talk about all the advancements we've made in the last year, but to ask the honorable town board members to provide funding for 3 propositions to improve safety, stability, and security at the Museum and Tourism Center. First, I ask that the board provide $6,500, a plumber, and 2 painters to match an Erie Canal tourism infrastructure and amenities grant to improve the boater amenity space in the lowest level of 89 Fall Street. The museum was one of 8 recipients. This is throughout the state of New York. We are one of 8 recipients to receive this grant, and this is to improve our boater amenity space. We received $10,000 to do that. In your packets there, you have photos of the images of the floor and some of the other portions I'm going to discuss here. What those funds would cover was we provided $10,000, and that we would provide the matching of the grant with labor and then potential cost. What that would bring is to upgrade our facilities. We are the only public restroom in downtown Fall Street there, open from 7:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. That would make those auto flushing toilets, so that way there isn't a lingering smell in the restroom after the weekend. That would make it to where people can, again, as Jim said, put our best foot forward and really show people what we are all about. Additionally, this would add free public wireless internet to the entire Seneca Falls Harbor, and it would replace the epoxy flooring, which is by far the biggest portion of the bid. And the last page of your packet, I do have the bid, which Frank Schmitter and I discussed previously, and that the flooring we initially planned to do epoxy, but had moved towards a vinyl. So with that, I'd like to ask that we reconsider the boater amenity space. The paint on the walls is aging, but a more serious concern is the epoxy flooring. It's chipped, it's fading, and there are areas that are a potential hazard to boaters, guests, and everyone alike. The museum rents the facility at 89 Fall Street from the town, and both are at risk of a visitor injury with the current age flooring in the boater amenities area. Second, I asked the town consider placing me, the executive director of the Museum and Tourism Center, on the town's healthcare insurance. I do not currently have health insurance. I am the executive director of this position. And with that, this kind of hinders the growth of the Museum and Tourism Center. Comparatively, in other institutions, health insurance is a standard. We know it's all expensive to do that, but I'd like to ask the town to consider providing health insurance for the executive director, specifically at the Museum and Tourism Center. This will allow us to continue to attract talented museum and tourism professionals, not saying myself, but also to continue down the road. The third point, I ask that the Museum and Tourism Center request that the town board approve the replacement of windows with broken seals and cracks throughout the building. The industry and canal levels, which for reference that are the second and the lowest levels of the facility, they have several windows with broken seals. This causes moisture to permanently cloud the glass. This prohibits guests from properly enjoying the views of the historic Seneca Canal, the Bridge Street Bridge, the National Women's Hall of Fame, all can be seen from our facility. At least one of these windows, again, all these are in your packet there, taken today, by the way. At least one of those windows has a growing crack and has increasingly grown since I've been there. And again, much like the floor, if this continues to splinter, there's the potential for the museum and the town both to be liable on that. In addition to the downside of that situation, the town and the museum would face, if a guest fell through that cracked glass, the incorrectly sealed windows could continue to, not currently, but could continue to create moisture into the building, which would damage our archival collection. And again, those things are irreplaceable. With that, the museum's collections at risk, and the increased moisture and heat exposure, which could help mold and mildew grow, pose a risk to our historic collection due to the improperly sealed windows. I do want to add a point of transparency here. Again, as I noted in the beginning, the Museum and Tourism Center is funded in part by the town of Seneca Falls and is contracted to run the Tourism Center annually. In 2024, the Museum and Tourism Center received $126,441 from the town to staff the building, which receives 20,000 annual visitors. We're open approximately 330 days a year.
Wait a minute, how many visitors? Like, you go so fast, I can't even write it. How many?
20,000.
20,000.
And it's on page 2 of your packet. And so 20,000 annual visitors. We're open 330 days a year. And again, we house the only public restroom in downtown Seneca Falls. And we house this boater amenity space. I think we all know it's not cheap to own a boat, especially if you're living on it. So with that, we have all these people coming in. These funds are specifically used to staff the building. Myself, I am full-time. We have one other full-time person, and then we have 2 seasonal docents. So with that, on the last page here, our payroll this year was $132,044.64. So leaving about $5,600 that we pay just in payroll. So as a point of clarity, I just wanted to clarify where the funds that were in connection with the town, where they're going. And I will say this $5,600 is higher because the minimum salary has been raised since that figure was done. So that's about $3,500 higher. So I have, as I said, I have packets for you all. I appreciate your time and consideration. And I invite you all and everyone else to stop by and visit us soon. If not at Music in the Park, then at the museum. Thank you for your time.
Don't leave. I got a question.
Hopefully I got answers.
The first thing on the window,
Yes, sir.
I mean, we own the building. So why don't you go out and buy a dehumidifier? I mean, that will soak up the moisture and save all your artifacts.
We have 2 5,000 square foot dehumidifiers.
Okay, so you're taking a step there. The other thing, you said that you do art classes for free for people. Okay, the rec center, I don't want to pick on them, but I am going to. They do many programs. And my kid, my grandkid, not my kid, but even in Waterloo, we gotta pay a fee to be in lacrosse, we gotta pay a fee to be in baseball, we gotta pay a fee to be in soccer. So why don't you charge those people a fee, or the 20,000 visitors? I've gone around the United States quite a bit, you know, visiting. And every time I go in a museum, $15, $20, $8, $9, you don't even charge $1. You could get $20,000.
So actually, Mr. Sinacropi, that's incorrect. The current model actually is at the professional standard. I attend the Museum Association in New York. It actually is proven that you get more from suggested donations than charging admittance. So that's the model we moved to last year.
How much money did you get in donations last year?
I don't have that figure in front of me currently.
You got everything other, and I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but you know, I went down and looked at the floor with Frank and my brother. My brother's an epoxy expert. I understand about the floor, but the money that we give, $126,000, you can't do any of these things with that $126,000.
Sir, I do as much labor as I can. If you haven't been in recently, I repainted and plastered all the walls. I reinstalled. I mean, I'm doing far more than the purview of a person with a history PhD should be doing in this position.
It only goes towards like.
And I clean the restrooms too,
And
to
the
add to
other
that.
question is, how are we going to attract more visitors by giving you health insurance? You said that more people will come if you have health insurance. I don't that doesn't relate to me. I don't have health insurance. I mean, I've got Medicare, but what I'm saying is, how does giving you health insurance make more visitors come to the museum? I'm lost.
You keep me around.
Huh?
You will keep me around.
I'll keep you around.
So with that being said,
Even the President of the United States is not irreplaceable. And I'm not saying you're going to leave, and I'm not saying you're
There have been
doing a
6
great
directors
job,
in 8 years in my position,
but
just to be
I'm
clear.
saying that, you know, that's all.
Yeah, and I say that, but this is the standard. We are 50 miles from these populated areas, and if we want to, there's been extreme turnover. I'm the second longest lasting director that we've had since 2015, and I've been here for a little over a year. So,
They're just legitimate questions to ask.
yes, sir. Are there any more questions?
What was the size of the dehumidifiers? I'm
We have 2 of them, one in the basement, which is our lowest area, again, takes on a lot of moisture. I can double check and send you that statistic directly, but I believe it's 5,000 square feet.
Is the voters, are you guys getting any of the revitalization money from downtown? Are you getting any of that money?
It's not being directed towards voter amenities. It was slated for a second balcony. Again, as we've discussed at the pole moving project, it's in conversation to potentially reallocate those funds to the windows or another portion, which I mentioned today. But to my knowledge, our funds have not been slated for the voter amenities area and as part of the DRI project.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you all.
Any other petitioners for the floor? I have a motion accepting minutes from the May 7th meeting.
A second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I have a motion to accept communications A through D.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Okay, so for special events, we have the Seneca Falls Development Corp. Annual Farmers Market for the town of Seneca Falls. It'll be every Tuesday from June 11th through October 8th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
I'll make the motion.
Someone second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. I have a special permit here for the Parks and Trails New York Cycle, the Erie Canal. It'll be 8-day bicycle tour from Buffalo to Albany, overnight at Miners Academy. Do I have a motion accepted?
I'll make the motion.
Someone second it?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. I have a special event permit for Child and Family Resource Incorporated carnival themed activity. Date of event is July 13th. Estimated 25 people to attend. Is at People's Park. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Okay, so some of the boards on the committee here, the kayak launch has been bid and is in discussion with the contractor. He expects it to be done by early July, so that's pretty good. He's gonna get right in there and do it for us. He did have some update on the skateboard park, but last couple of days he got some new news and it's not great, so that's when we put on hold again. I want to thank Missy and Jeremy and their staff as the docks have been repaired and are open for boaters. All painting of the park bench is completed. Also, thank you, Aaron. Aaron fixed the steps now, so you can actually get out of the docks onto the shore. I want to thank my wife, Maria. She volunteered to plant all the planters in the gardens on the hill, saving the town $7,500. The Johnson Street culvert is out to bid at this time. June 17th. This is important, everyone. June 17th, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. 8 p.m. The LWRP, which is the local waterfront revitalization program, is at the Seneca Falls Women's Hall of Fame on the second floor. It's a drop-in format. You can stop at any time. It's for the public to give input on what they would like to see happen along the waterfront in town. It's very similar if you were involved in the comprehensive plan when they had that at the rec center. It would be pretty similar to that. It's really important, so try to put that on your calendar and try to get people to go to that. For the water department, I want to congratulate Louis Archer on getting his CDLA. I want to recognize and thank the Seneca Falls PD for their hard work with the shooting incident at the Tops parking lot. The matter was quickly resolved and the public was kept safe. Chief Schneider, I want to also thank the New York State Police, the Sheriff's Department, the Waterloo PD, the Seneca County DA's office, Seneca Falls Fire Department, North Seneca Ambulance, Seneca County 911, and Mercy Flight for assisting them in this. And it went smoothly, and appreciate the good work by them.
Frank, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You said the Johnson Street is out for bids. When are the bids due and when will they be open?
No, I don't know that. It's in June, though. I don't have exact date. I'll let you know tomorrow, though.
Okay, thank you.
Let me look at a calendar. I want to say that they're due the 13th and open the 13th. It could be the 14th.
June the 13th. Open the 13th as well?
I think so.
Any old business? Okay, under new business, okay, I have a resolution here, whereas the town of Seneca Falls Town Board uses a matrix and pay scale to organize its workforce. And whereas the town has received and updated the matrix and pay scale which is attached to this resolution. Now therefore be resolved that the town board hereby adopts the attached updated matrix and pay scale with the amendment that the position of water and sewer maintainer be moved from grade 10 to grade 7. I have a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Okay. Any? Thank you.
I have a resolution for the 2024 consolidated funding application support and authorization for the town of Seneca Falls water quality improvement project, non-agricultural, non-point source abatement and control. Have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
We're all,
Yeah, I had to squeeze that one up on top.
we're all,
Over the place.
Put the matrix up here.
Jump around.
Was this the one with the 25% match? Or the,
20%.
the second one was the 20%?
Yes, that was the
Oh, the second one's 20.
Okay.
okay. Who is in the motion? I'm sorry.
I made the motion.
Second by Frank,
And I second it.
5-0 approved.
Thank you. And is that correct in the general fund?
Yep. Okay, I have a resolution to authorizing for 20% local match on EPG sewer infiltration study grant. Have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. I have a resolution authorizing for designated representative to execute grant agreement EPG 126927 sewer infiltration study. It's a budgeted item. Have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. I got a resolution here to perform an audit of SMI revenue as specified in 2007 host community agreement. The
I'll make a motion.
town board hereby authorizes town supervisor to contact with ProNexus to perform the audit of SMI gross revenue.
I second it.
Any discussion?
Yeah. How many years are we auditing? One or two or
Just
three or
one.
four?
They did
Just
last
one?
year, yeah.
They did.
So we're doing 23s. We have 22s already. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for that, Kyle. Help us out.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I have a resolution here for pro-housing community pledge. Where town of Seneca Falls, in order to take positive steps in alleviating the housing crisis, adopts the pro-housing community pledge, which will have us endeavor to take the following important steps: streaming, adopting, incorporating, increasing, and enacting policies that encourage a broad range of housing development. I have a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion.
I'll
Second.
second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. I have a motion here for water leaks and pool credits. Have a motion to accept them?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? I do have one discussion here. The Northeast College, at this point, we did give them the resolution, but we're still looking into that. There's a possibility that that might have been used in the sewer, so that could change, but for now, we'll approve it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried. Got a motion here to hire water and sewer maintainer. It's a budget item where the town approves appointing Austin St. John from Seneca Falls at a rate of $26.55 an hour. Got a motion?
Make a motion.
A second, anyone?
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
The, my only discussion is that we, personally, I'm not in favor of the 2655, but rather going to starting the practice of reverting back to the grade 7, which is where we had placed the matrix at.
Joe, when you interviewed this guy, did you tell him what he'd be making at that point?
He did ask, and I did tell him what it would be if he was appointed.
I personally think if we did offer that, we should pay him and from then on carry that amount that we changed in the matrix. So I'm not sure. I guess we vote for this, and then we can amend it if the vote doesn't pass. So all in favor of it as written?
Aye.
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 All opposed?
Opposed.
Okay, carried 3-2. I have a resolution here, promotion to water and sewer plant operator trainee. Whereas laborer Troy Pickard has passed exam as in top 3 on the eligible list.
I make a motion, we appoint Troy.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried.
And so just for the record now, any more maintainers that are hired in the town, in the water department, will start out at $23.32 an hour. Okay.
I just thought we told this guy that we should stay. I have a resolution here for RFP for SCADA Systems Integration Contractor. This is for the water and sewer, to run their integrated system services. Anybody?
I make a motion, we hire, well, we do the RFP anyway. I don't know who we're gonna hire, but to do
I
the
second.
RFP.
Any discussion?
My only question is, was there anything changed in the material that was submitted from last month to this month?
I don't believe so.
No, the only thing that was added, Caitlin, was the explanation of, that one-page explanation that Joe did of what the person or the company is going to do.
How many companies can meet this specific, and I don't know this answer, I mean, it's pretty tailored.
This few,
There is?
they're around.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's word of the RFP.
Any further discussion?
Yeah, are we gonna specifically mail this to certain companies? You say there's a number of companies around.
I believe
So
we're gonna
let's
send
say
it
if
to
there's
specifics.
3 or 4, you will mail this to them, right?
We're gonna make sure that people we know do it, and I believe there's a way to advertise.
Yeah, it'll go on the state website.
There's a way to advertise on the state website also.
Yeah, because,
We're
you
gonna
know,
vote.
I don't want to wind up with one bid.
Yeah.
That really isn't competitive for me, one bid.
I believe there's 3 that we're gonna send it to that we know, and we'll put it on the web.
We're gonna put it on the website? Did you
We're
say?
gonna put it on this, I believe the state website.
Okay.
Lisa can help you with that, explaining that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So carried. I have a resolution here, to release of convention day funds,
I'll make a motion.
$500. Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I say something about convention days? This
You're
gentleman
not,
here
yeah,
with the lightning bolt, and I can't remember your name.
Jim Fitzgerald.
You know, this is directed to you. You have some good ideas there. You know, years ago, convention days back in the 80s, when I can remember because my kids were small, still in a stroller. And we used to provide the lighting, the fire department, Red Jacket Fire Department for convention days. And thousands of people came to convention days, believe it or not. That was a really big event, and it's the oldest event, continuous event right now in Seneca Falls. But they don't get not even 1/10 of what they used to get back in the, let's see, yes, those born in 84, 93. So back in the, like 84, 85, 86, when my kids were still in the stroller, you know, the fire department, we used to go down and light the whole canal site because we had a big portable generator from the military and a truck. We'd set up all the lights, and there was hundreds, thousands of people came to that thing. And now
What changed? Do you not light it up
That's what
anymore?
I mean. I'm asking you. I know you only been around 3 years, but.
No,
what I'm saying is.
I have lists of ideas about
Okay,
these
I
kinds of
can speak
things,
to that.
you know?
What's that?
I can speak to that.
Oh,
I
okay.
was employed as a trooper at the time, and they used to hire these bands, but it was chaos. I mean, there was it was bands that draw a lot of people, but it was fights and stuff nonstop. We'd have 20, 30 cops and we couldn't handle it. It was really crazy back in the late 80s. I know that for a fact. I worked, so it's all, whatever band you bring here is what you're gonna get.
Frank said it was awesome.
And that-
Sounds like fun. You know, there is something about light. I mean, people are like moths. They get attracted to light, you know. Often I've said, like, you know, I remember times being a kid where I grew up in the Buffalo area. And it's like, they would have Klieg lights. And you'd want to find where that light was coming from, right? And I think it's things like that help celebrate. They're very, very simple, but they help attract and they help kind of identify and locate and all of the things that people need to say, oh, what's going on over there, you know? The same as murals on buildings do. It creates reference points, it creates sight lines, it creates destination, right? That's what you want. And I think that, combined with what we talked about in this group, the synergy and the communication, you know, from a very central place, like the museum, you know, the way to push the information out, the way to take it in and push it out digitally. I think everybody needs to know what's going on and share that stuff. You have to be able to hype it, you know? Like, why don't we have master of ceremonies at any of these things? Why isn't there a countdown for the tree lighting, for the Christmas tree, you know, bonfire in the park? You know, why aren't the bands or the musicians all around the fire getting people to sing? Also, you know what I mean? It's about pulling it together, and that's what we're doing with this summer Thursdays thing. It's like we've got a moving train. It's the 12 days that Andy's procured for musicians to be there on Thursdays. So let's build part of that day and make it a destination, right? You have to have multiple things. You can't have a bunch of different lawn signs and nobody can see them and they don't connect and nobody knows what's going on. It has to be a cohesive, something that's going to poke you in the eye with a lot of color, that's going to stand out and be lit up, right?
Well, could you help the convention day committee?
You know, I've been getting a lot of asks, and my wife says, you know, when are you going to cut the lawn? And you know, that's kind of an art
Well, we
project
have
too.
with Peter and.
That's not your line. Convention day.
I might take you up on that.
I'm 3 lawns now.
I will help in any ways that I can. You know, the odd thing about coming to Seneca Falls is when I got kicked out of NBC, I was like, what are we going to do? We don't need this expensive tax burden in Westchester County, New York, and a big old house, and the kids moved out years ago. What are we going to do? Let's let the house find us. So we bought the Rose Francis house, and I'm like, I don't know, we'll figure out where we live. And I had to poke my nose in, right, to art and culture, because that's been my whole life.
Are you the guy that went up on the roof and checked the roof? Franny told me. Are you the person?
I had to replace that roof.
All right, let's get back to it.
Anyways,
Thank you.
we can talk about
Jim,
convention.
I
Could
would
we
like the
have-
opportunity to sit down with you at some point, hear more about your ideas outside the board meeting. So if we could just
That'd be
connect
awesome.
at some point,
That would be
I'd
awesome.
like to hear more.
I have a resolution here to purchase of new computers.
I'll make a motion, we
I'll
purchase the
second.
computers.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. I have a resolution here to waive a 30-day notification requirement for liquor license for Parker's on Fall Street. Have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second. Is it gonna,
Is it gonna go
they
already?
needed it by June 2nd, I thought.
That was
Today's
It
4th.
was Sunday. Yeah.
And this is
I,
how Pat proposed to do it, so.
I got it.
They didn't need it on Sunday. Yeah, you needed that.
I got an
Say-
email.
It wasn't gonna help them on Sunday. Because it all has to go to the state. No one's there.
I got an email and the liquor authority allowed them to send it to the 4th.
Oh, okay. All right, great.
This will go in email tomorrow and Parker's is saved.
All approved?
Aye.
Carried.
So the resolution that was passed, was that prepared by
their attorneys? Maybe? Okay. Did they see it?
Nope.
Okay. Is that what they were asking for? Is that from
They
their-
were asking for something from the board to say that they were okay to do without the 30-day notice. From everything that the woman described to me in a very big hurry.
Okay. Frank, could you just give me 2 minutes here to look at this?
Okay, we'll continue and then come back to it, or? You can wait, whatever you supposed to do.
No. Okay, so, no, we're good.
Okay.
I was looking at the letter that they had sent. They had said something different. But if this is coming from what they're requesting, I just want to make sure that what's in the resolution is sufficient for the state for them to go forward without the 30-day. And it's all in there, so it's good.
All right, I have a resolution here for installation of storm gutters. These are gonna go on the building next door where they're
I
gonna
make a
do them
motion we
mural.
put on the gutters.
They gotta get on quickly so we can get in the best bid with Proctor's. Got a second?
A second.
Second.
Any discussion?
Hopefully they're gonna serve a dual purpose. They're gonna catch some of that water for the garden.
The main thing is ruining the brick if we don't get something on it.
Yeah,
We're
we
replacing
are,
the
but-
foundation.
But they are gonna try to use the rainwater in the garden.
All right, so I have a resolution here to accept donation of an excavator. Town of Hinsdale is offering for bid a 2013 Hyundai Robex 170 wheel 9 excavator in very good condition. So whereas the Cuba Nation is offered to donate up to $75,000 for the town to bid on it, with the understanding that the town is successful to bid, the commission will borrow the excavator if needed. So the motion is to buy the excavator for the town, paid for by the Cuba Nation. Have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept the 75,000.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes. I sent an email when this was brought up, which very last minute, and I received no answers in reference to the questions that I had asked. I have significant concerns. I guess my first question is, Jeremy, were you able to, it says very good condition, were you able to look at the excavator?
I wanted to go look at it. I was told that we were not going to do the deal, and then also to pop back up here. Last minute, I was told a couple hours before the auction was done that they were going to start bidding, and I never had a chance to look at it. I wanted to.
Okay. What is, it's a 2013, and I don't know any of these machineries. What is the risk associated with, not only have you not looked at it, but what's the risk with a 10-year-old piece of equipment?
You'll get a lot of risks. It depends on what leaks are inside of it. If it's leaking from the booms and anything like that, I can't use it over top of water. If it's leaking from the belly bands and all, I can't use it over earth. It really should be looked at in person before bought or bid. It really should be.
And I guess my question more or less is, well, I mean, kind of to the point of we haven't been able to look at it. I mean, have we not explored other alternatives within the town without including the Cuba Nation? Because as this resolution states, it says here, where is it? Where's this say? Where does it go about that they can borrow it? Oh, it's not in here.
It
Is that
it says
removed?
town board accepted the donation of money from the Q Nation to purchase the excavator, and whereas the Q
Will
Nation
borrow
will
the
borrow this
excavator
if
if
needed.
needed. So where's the liability with that? Insurance, who's the operator, when are they gonna use it, how are they gonna use it, what discretion do we have legally as far as?
We will own it, we'll have total discretion of what they can use it for and when they use it.
But they purchased it.
So when
They're
they,
donating it to the town, yes.
when they use it, but are they gonna be using our insurance? Are they using their own insurance? Are they using our operator? Are they using their
Well,
own
the machine will be
operator?
insured, so they won't be using our operator unless we want them to, but no, they plan on doing it themselves. They basically just needed to put in some drainage along their gardens over there. And Overstreet is what I was told, so. Look, I consider them a municipality just like anyone else, and we share equipment all the time with the county and other towns. It's just, that's just what
My
goes on.
There's
concern
also-
is, what are we gonna do if they do decide to use it for something unlawful that they should not?
They'll have to get our authorization to use it. We don't have
How
to.
will you
But what if
authorize
they
them
don't
making
tell
the
us?
decision that they're gonna do something without knowledge?
I trust them, that they're gonna tell us what they're using it for, and we'll supervise it.
So the other piece to this, there's also 2 open litigation matters that they have against the town? Are we able to pick?
Maybe 3 was the
Maybe.
most recent one.
And we want to take a donation of $75,000 from them?
Yes, I think it's a good start.
I would
for
I
building
would rather see a
relationship.
more formal.
I think there's
agreement
other
set in
companies
place.
suing us that we take donations from every year too.
I would rather see a more formal agreement set in place. I do with the Cave Nation. Then I think we're putting the cart before the horse here as far as asking them for $75,000 without exploring other alternatives, more formal alternatives.
I guess
by
we could ask
modeling
the
other
taxpayers to pay
municipalities.
for it. I think this is a good start of us forming a relationship with the Cuban nations. They're willing to help the town out in this situation, and I feel it's saving us $75,000. Our risk is very minimal. It seems we'll have no money in this at all.
I'm voting no.
Fine, when we're ready to vote, you can vote no. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Opposed?
Aye.
So carried 3-2. Jeremy, you can go look at it this week too if you want, before we finish the bidding. It doesn't mean we're gonna get it, we're just in the process of bidding it. I have a motion here to recommend resolution to amend the town manager position. Whereas the town board of Seneca Falls established the office of town manager by adopting local law 3 of 2022. Whereas local law 3 provides the town manager will have such powers and duties as laid out in the job description adapted by the town and attached herein. Such job description may be amended by resolution of the town board as deemed necessary and desirable by the town board. Further resolved, the attached amendment job description be referred to the Seneca County Personnel Department. Do I have a motion to amend the town manager position?
Make a motion.
Second.
I'll second.
Discussion.
I would like to make a motion that we table this so I can have more opportunity to review this as I am not prepared to make a vote on this.
Any other discussion? All in favor of,
Well, wait a minute. She's making a motion, you're making a motion to table it?
Yeah.
So that takes precedent, right?
Yeah, you can make a motion at any time. You can make that motion at any time.
Yeah, so,
So you're discussing that motion.
so did you get a second?
Second. I'll
Okay.
second.
So we have to vote on the
all in favor of
This is this is the
Tabling it?
vote to tabling it.
So all in favor of tabling it?
Aye.
I
Opposed?
No.
No.
No. So all in favor of the resolution to amend town manager position?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
opposed.
Opposed.
So carried 3-2. I have a resolution to appoint the town manager. Well, should I do a resolution on his duties?
That should be that was part of the resolution, is to adopting the job description.
All right.
And then now
I made your copy. I give you the I have a resolution to appoint town manager. Whereas the town board of the town of Seneca Falls established the office of town manager by adopting local law 3 of 22. Whereas the town manager has been amended from full-time to part-time position to focus on financial management of the town's operation. Whereas the existing town manager has agreed to amend the terms of this appointment to the terms of the newly amended position. Now therefore be resolved, the town board hereby appoints the existing town manager, Dr. Peter Socha, to the newly created town manager position. Be it further resolved, this part-time position will be paid an hourly rate of $75 per hour for a maximum of $1,000 hours per year. Be it further resolved, the civil service classification of town manager is competitive. However, the Seneca County Personnel Department has submitted a rule.
I make a
change.
motion that we appoint Peter Socha to the part-time town manager position.
A second.
A second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Opposed.
So carried 3-2. I have a resolution here allowing only certified service dogs in the town building. Whereas the town supervisor received several complaints that dogs are being allowed into town building, the visitors have expressed safety concerns and fear of the animals. Now,
I make a motion that we only allow service dogs in the town building.
second,
Second.
discussion?
So, are you legally allowed to ask somebody if there is if it is a service dog?
What's that? I couldn't hear it.
Are you legally allowed to ask someone if there is a service
Yes.
dog?
Yes.
Okay. I believe you.
Any further discussion?
Just wanted to check.
Are we, yeah,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Opposed?
opposed?
Carry 4-1. I have a motion here to fill a vacant police officer position. Whereas completion of the hiring process, recommendation of the police chief and public safety to fill this vacant position with a qualified police officer.
I make a motion, we fill the position.
A second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried 5-0. Can I have a motion for payment of the bills?
I'll make a motion.
Second. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I have a resolution here for revision of the minute meeting from 12/5 to 23. Whereas the town board approves the minutes of 12/5/23, the payment authorization was an amount of $333,220. It was recorded in the minutes as $33,220. Be resolved that corrected the proper amount of $333,220. I have a motion.
Make a motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Okay, on your agenda it says we're going to have a presentation by Joe Clark and Bill Chamberlain for health coverage and dental vision benefits in Medicare. That has been postponed to health reasons. Can I have a motion for special order of the day?
No, wait, I got some new business. Did we go over new business yet?
We did.
We did.
Go ahead.
I'm sleeping.
What do you need?
Okay, so in December or November of last year, the board passed a resolution on the New York State Gas and Electric and the telephone, not telephone, the electrical pole.
Correct.
You know, so what I'd like, if it's possible, if the board would consider, you know, sending that resolution again, because there are more and more double telephone poles all over the town, and there is no law that I can find that requires cable company or fiber companies or any company that's renting the pole to put their materials or wires on the new pole. And these two poles could be in people's yards for the next 10 or 15 years, because there is no requirement for these other companies to move their stuff to the new pole. And
Send that resolution to where?
and in the resolution, it was explained where to send it. It was the Public Service Commission, the New York State Senator for our region, the Assembly person.
That's what she said. So we did get an email today from them stating they're working on it, but we will send that out. I'll make the motion that we send it out. Anybody second it?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, you can send that out. Okay. Any other new business, any old business, anything else you want to discuss? Okay, special order of the day for motion to adjourn.
Motion we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor of adjourn?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you everyone for attending. Have a good evening.